If you ask someone about Ridgeway, Virginia, chances are they'll mention Martinsville Speedway. And they'd be right. It's one of the most famous landmarks in NASCAR. But the heart of Ridgeway runs deeper than racetracks and trophies. The story begins on the ridges themselves, and it unfolds through centuries of growth, grit, and community. Join us as we dive deeper into the rich history of Ridgeway, Virginia. Ridgeway sits atop a meeting point of three distinct ridge lines, natural high ground that made the area a crossroads long before it became a town. The first detailed account of the region came in 1728, when William Byrd's surveying expedition passed through the area while establishing the boundary between Virginia and North Carolina. Byrd and his men camped nearby and noted the area's terrain, springs, and strategic elevation. By the mid to late 18th century, permanent settlers such as the Harston, Red, and Martin families established farms and early industry. In addition to the fertile land, the region was known for its phospholithium mineral springs and mica deposits, both of which would influence its economic growth. Ridgeway officially received its name in 1850 from John C. Jones, who became the town's first postmaster. As the 19th century progressed, Ridgeway emerged as a small but active commercial center. Goods that were shipped along the Dan River to the modern-day Eden, North Carolina area were hauled north to Ridgeway, creating steady trade and early prosperity. A key part of this growing civic life was the presence of a local newspaper, published in Ridgeway as early as the late 1800s. It served not only as a source of news, but also as a record of the town's business activity, church life, and social gatherings, helping knit the young community together. One of the town's early newspaper printing presses is on display at the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan. One of Ridgeway's most influential leaders was George O. Jones, who helped incorporate the town in 1890. The George O. Jones Mercantile Store, which opened in 1870, became Ridgeway's primary general store for nearly a century until its closing in 1969. Jones also operated the Jones Tobacco Factory, once described as the largest tobacco facility for several hundred miles, and the local tobacco trade soon expanded to include factories run by the Griggs family, Burnett family, and DeShazo family. Ridgeway gained regional attention in the 1890s with the opening of the Phospholithia Springs Resort. Built near the area's famed mineral springs, the resort offered 30 guest rooms, parlors, fine dining, and a full ballroom. Visitors traveled to Ridgeway to enjoy the mineral waters, recreation, and rural charm, adding to the town's growing reputation. Similarly, the Griggs Hotel was another noted place for lodging, hosting guests such as Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Harvey Firestone. The arrival of the Norfolk and Western Railway in 1898 further strengthened the local economy. Ridgeway secured a stop along the N&W line, connecting the town to larger markets and making it easier to ship goods, including furniture, tobacco, and mica. The station operated until 1961 and remained a vital lifeline for the community throughout the early 20th century. Meanwhile, George Jones continued to guide Ridgeway's civic development. He founded a furniture factory, established the Bank of Ridgeway in 1909, and helped fund and support the Methodist Church. Mrs. Sue Garrett likewise played a leading role in supporting the Baptist congregation, shaping the town's religious identity. Industrial growth continued with the founding of the Gravely Furniture Company in 1926. This venture evolved in 1960 into Ridgeway Clock Company, whose grandfather clocks became nationally recognized. After being acquired by Pulaski Furniture in 1985, and later by the Howard Miller Clock Company in 2004, the Ridgeway name remains iconic, especially at Martinsville Speedway, where a Ridgeway clock is awarded to the winners of every NASCAR Cup Series race and the annual late model stock car event. From its beginnings as a ridgetop landmark for colonial surveyors to a thriving hub of trade, industry, and community life, Ridgeway's history is rich, resilient, and deeply rooted in the landscape that gave it its name. Today, the town's legacy lives on through its families, its churches, its industries, and the stories preserved across generations. As we explore the lives, events, and stories that shaped our region, we're reminded of how vital it is to preserve these stories, not only for the past, but for the generations who will inherit it. If these histories resonate with you, we'd love for you to continue the journey with us. Subscribe to the channel, share the video, and help us keep our story alive. and thank you for watching History Insight.